Well, I think one thing for sure, I think I saw before the game, I think Larks had 8 points in 6 games coming in tonight, and and then tonight obviously another one. So he's a big part of our team. He went for a stretch where he wasn't scoring. I think for us to win, we're going to need him. We're going to need Mantha. We need my family. We're going to need him. We're going to need Mantha. We need those double A's. We need those guys to score. At one point, it was just Hank's line kind of every night, and so now we have multiple lines. So that's one reason. We've played similar games that we have the last few games and not won, and for a long stretch there. So I think when you play those games over and over again, you're bound to win, and now we're winning.
You've talked a lot about guys like Larkin playing hard and just not getting rewarded. I mean, it's kind of been the case for Jimmy a lot this year too.
Yeah, you know what Jimmy's done. Jimmy's had a good. I agree with that. And even in this last stretch here, where we gave up some goals, I actually thought he played well in most of those games, and he didn't get rewarded. So it's good for him to get the shutout here tonight. I'm just real. Jimmy went to work a couple summers ago, and it's really paid off for him. It's a good lesson for young guys in the league. He wanted to make sure he was still in the league, and he knew he needed to change kind of some different things in his game, and boy, he went to work hard. So good for him.
Jeffrey, Nicholas Lidstrom was here today, and he said Rasmus Dahlin is better than he was at that age. I mean, it could be a rational argument could be made that now is not a good time to start winning. What do you say to that?
Well, let me touch first on the first part. Is what made Nick certainly the best I've ever seen, and certainly I think the best of his generation, and arguably maybe the best of all time, was how efficient a hockey player he was. He was able to create offense without taking big risk. He was able to create offense and be great defensively. He would never have been flashy the way this Dahlin's flashy. So I think part of Nick's greatness is that's where I'm just cautious on anybody getting compared to Nick, because he wouldn't have looked great as a 17, 16-year-old, because he would almost look steady. As you get older, or as you grow as a player, it's way more appreciated. Winning and losing, listen, as a coach and players, we're here to win. And that's just the reality of it. I don't know how you can be a competitor, and when I understand the importance of a draft pick. I do. I get that 100%. I've said in this room a number of times we need 3 superstars in their prime. I get that 100%, and I'm hoping we get one in the draft one way or the other. When that clock starts, you're not worth your salt, or you're not trying to win the game, whether you're a player or coach. I think one of the big things in our organization I've talked lots about is the importance of culture. We're not far off. We're closer than other people would ever give us credit because of the culture, and I'm not losing the culture.
Jeff, when Andreas scored his goal and it was reviewed, he said he's still at a stage where anytime it's reviewed, he has no idea if it's a goal or not, or what's going to happen. Did you think that it was going to be waved off? It would have been a second this week, or are you happy with the way they've tinkered with it now? Or?
It's a very, very tough rule. I think the ref's done a great job. I think Hockey Hub's done a real good job, and we've talked enough about it. I'm not talking anymore about it.
You're 4-0 with Hicketts in the lineup, so it looks like you discovered the secret to success there.
So you should have answered the question earlier.
Just impressions of him these last his second trip up here.
Yeah, I think he's first of all he's got swagger. He's infectious of a personality. He's just the guy you want to be around. So that's a big piece. Now we've been able to be 4-0. I would also temper it with. We gave up 2 breakaways in the first power play the other night in Buffalo. If that happens to some other guys that maybe have been around here, I might not be playing them again, and you guys might be beating them up. You know what I mean? Like I think sometimes when you're young and in this spot, you get a little bit of a mulligan at times, and so he's been able to get a mulligan through that. As I said earlier, if Joe corrects those big mistakes, Joe will be a real good player in this league. If Joe doesn't correct those big mistakes, it'll be hard to play in the league, because you won't create enough big-time chances to make those big mistakes. And so, it's something that I think if he can figure that out, I love having him part of our team because he's got great swagger, as I said. He's a great competitor. He blocks shots, but you can't give up big chances on a consistent basis and find long-term success. So that's something he'll have to sort out, and hopefully he can learn to manage that. It's just, for me, just about managing the game a little bit better.
Thanks, Coach.